this channel.
All right. Good afternoon, Runites. Today is November 14th. Welcome to episode 3 of our Rune Sunday stream.
Woo, 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 woo.
Joining us today, we got
Hello.
Ekkeharta. Eki, you want to talk a little bit about yourself, about what you do for Rune, maybe how you got into Rune? Just give us a little introduction.
Yeah, sure. Just give me 1 second. I gotta fix the audio. It's coming through a couple of different places at different times.
All right.
Yeah, so I got into Rune fairly early. I think I found the project like the day of its release. At that point, it had already hit like $50 or something, but I was like, this aesthetic is super cool. I haven't seen anything like this before in crypto. I am pretty new to it, relatively speaking. But yeah, I just had to jump in, and over time, I've just kind of accumulated more and become closer within the community. And eventually, I saw a position open up for RuneWord Master, which involved, making mechanics and rune words and working with the devs to figure out the balancing and the mechanics of the game. And I managed to get in that position, and now they can't get rid of me. So yeah. That's more or less it. I essentially come up with the ideas for the new rune words, including the one that just went out on airdrop, and I'm hoping to contribute even more going forward. I started out as the rune word master. Now I think I'm kind of just helping wherever I can, which is enjoyable. I enjoy like eclectic responsibilities and lots of new things to do and encounter.
Yep, I'm sure glad that you're here today. We're going to be talking a lot about, what different item stats do in raids and maybe even in the upcoming games. So I think you are the man for that. All right. So this week, like I said, we're going to be talking a little bit about the item stats. We're also going to be talking about the luminous fly wings. That's the item that we got from the coin market cap airdrop. And we're also going to be talking about why we rebranded to Rune Metaverse. Of course, after that, we're always going to be playing Evolution, and we're going to be giving away more rune words. But first, let's take a look at our monthly report.
CEX listing process. Every great token needs a great exchange. Pancake is nice, but it doesn't give us the broad coverage we need to grow. So, we've partnered with a top 10 exchange by volume to spread Rune shards globally.
And all I was hearing was
We're
a
also
trickle
in
of water in
discussions
my
with a few
headphones.
others for even more market coverage. We don't currently meet the volume requirements for some and hope that this next step will bring us further in that overall goal.
Here at Rune, we're constantly training to hone our fighting skills, regularly sharpening our blades and buffing our armor to ensure we're always prepared for battle. But the town's leaders have determined that our skills have become so great, they're more fit for entertainment purposes than battling. I suppose, as we haven't yet been dragged into the emerging war in Westmarch, we can afford to take some time to entertain the crowds and show them what we're made of.
Infinite will be a 1v1 2D arena brawler, which will utilize rune words created by our players to enable various skills within the game. Here it is not your character's class that determines the abilities available to you, but instead it is your inventory that acts as a skill tree and loadout, each item enabling various effects to suit different scenarios. The choice will be yours as a player to decide whether you wish to swing a blade or cause a shower of knives, electrocute your opponents with magic or burn them with a flaming fireball, adding items to your inventory that enable these powers.
Once you've decided your loadout, you'll enter the arena where you'll battle another raider to determine the victor, with success being rewarded in runes and NFTs, enabling our raiders to keep ownership of the value that they create by becoming the competition for the rest of the community.
Let's now take a look at the map, lore and concept for Sanctuary. While development is happening on the first 4 games, we're chugging away on the foundation of Sanctuary, defining the world, lore, characters, acts and bosses. Rune Sanctuary takes place in the world of Hera. You can find the interactive map on the Rune website. Follow the link in the description below.
All right, guys. So that was from our monthly report. As you can see, we showed a little bit about Infinite and we talked a little bit about Sanctuary. But before that, I want to talk a little bit about the game that we didn't show, which is Guardians. Do you guys have any information about what to expect from Guardians? Maybe what kind of gameplay is it? Like, what kind of game is it similar to? What are we planning to? What can we be looking forward to doing in the game?
Yeah, so I'll be speaking regarding this. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah, so Guardians is basically inspired by Pokemon. They're like battle pets. And initially, the concept of it is raiders will need to purchase a Guardian egg. And then once you purchase a Guardian egg, it would. It's something like rolling your rune word, wherein once you purchase or get a Guardian egg, you get different rarities. You guys can look at the at this website on what the Guardians might look like. Basically, all the designs have already been completed, and we're waiting for release. So I saw Blackbeard a while ago. Not sure if it's Blackbeard or Discomonk who commented, but basically the pets in in our marketplace is also considered as guardians. The only difference is that they are exclusive pets, meaning that they are limited to those 32, like the black drake, the white drake, forest turtle, and all of them will have like perfect appearances. Where in guardians, it would have a different you'd get different appearances. Something like crypto kitties, wherein you might get a dragon for a head or a dog's body and a cat's tail and the wings of an eagle. So it works something like that. And those guardians, it would be like a breeding game. Although Bensi haven't given any mechanic set on how we are able to breed the guardians. For now, it's just get an egg and then hatch it, and then you'd get a guardian depending on your luck. You'd get different appearances. So basically, the mythic guardians will have the perfect appearances. If you look at the runeguardians.com, you could consider those as mythics because every attribute or every part of their body matches what it should be.
Yep. So would you say that Rune Guardians is going to be maybe more of a casual game compared to Infinite and compared to Evolution?
Well, guardians are considered as the pets, and evolution is the game wherein you play the guardians. So
Oh, okay.
it's
So Guardians is Guardians a game by itself or is it just like part of the ecosystem? The
it's part
metaverse.
of it's basically the breeding game wherein you could breed your guardians, or it's not, and the guardians are the actual pets. So you breed
In
them. It's not an actual game. It's the pets.
Oh, okay,
in
cool,
the
got it.
last AMA, actually, Binzi hinted at possibly being able to take the eggs, the guardian eggs, into evolution, playing evolution to hatch them, and then you'll be able to take your pets and equip them on your character for bonuses and use them across the other games in the platform. And also, Rune Guardians themselves will become what you're actually playing with in evolution. So rather than the dragons, you'll be actually using your Rune Guardian.
That's right.
All right, cool. All right.
So,
Sorry
Maiev,
to
did you say
okay.
that the kind of mythic part of it is when all of the parts match? So
Yeah.
the more sort of parts that match, the higher the sort of quality or the higher the rank of the guardian that you get.
Well, basically, it's just the mythic that we've talked about way back. That if you get all the matching parts match, then it's considered already a mythic. That's why
When you
it's
say matching parts, you mean like CryptoPunks, where there's a kind of base animation, a variety of different features, and there'll be, I don't know, 15 to 20 different eyes that
yeah.
they could possibly have, and 15 to 20 different arms, 15 to 20 different legs. So, and that's where that random combination comes in, and the chance to get your magic, rare, and epic. And then, as you might have said, the mythic ones that match fully, if I've understood correctly. Is that right?
Yeah, that is correct. So let's say we have what would be a good example? A dragon. If you get all the dragon's matching parts for the Drake, let's say you get like the head of the dragon, everything matches, then it's considered a mythic.
All
There
right.
are there are actually several designs. So getting mythic is, as I recall, it's really tough. So pretty sure that really excited on how it's going to turn out. But yeah, that's all the info that I have for now.
All right. I didn't want to get sidetracked too much on that, but yeah, so we're here with the stars of the show. We got Blackbeard and we got Duffles. They were both featured on the monthly report. What can you guys tell us about the makings of that video? You know, your experience with voiceovers and
Hey, the other
yeah.
star is here too. Discomonk wrote the whole report.
Oh, Discomonk. All
So
right, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I've been writing the last few monthly reports, and I assume I'll continue doing a few more for you guys, and hopefully join in on the voiceovers next time round as well.
Yeah.
I
So
don't think we've
this.
had any complaints, so I think we might have you back to write the next one.
oh yeah, his
I don't.
Don't
writing is
sound like it.
incredible. It adds
It is
such
awesome.
a beautiful spice to the otherwise boring monthly report. It's just a bunch of numbers. The way he puts it is incredible.
I think somebody compared it to like a drunk bunch of pirates sitting around a campfire talking about their evening.
Yar.
I know you'd like that one.
Yeah, so behind the scenes, I mean, yeah, we got all. Usually, we were doing the monthly reports just written, and it was so beautifully written this time that Abel, our marketing guy, decided he was going to get us all together for voiceovers, and he got our video guy and our content guy, Maxwell and Omar, to work on the video content, and then he basically divided the monthly report into sections, and it would be Duffles and then me and then Maxwell and then Lazy, and we just recorded, sent it on back, and boom, we had a beautiful video.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Panda, you said we're the stars of the show, but really we just sort of read out the script. It was Maxwell and Omar who really brought it to life and picked some pretty decent audio tracks as well. That I'm glad that we got sent separately because I listened to that over and over again. It's really sweet.
Yeah, they still haven't sent me the name of that first one, man. The one that with the premiere in 2 minutes. I loved that song. It was great.
All right.
For me, what was really exciting was seeing the female characters of characters that have traditionally only had male counterparts, and vice versa as well. Seeing the male characters where we'd only had female characters traditionally in the video. So we finally saw a male Amazon and a female druid as well. So and all the others. So really exciting for me to see what that art direction looks like too.
All right. So is that something that, we can be expecting, every month now going forward? Is there always going to be a monthly, update
Yes.
video every single month?
Yes, now that we got the first one done, we're dialing it down so we can actually get the video out at the same time as the written report. Because this video took a little bit longer. It was like 12 minutes long. So we're getting the format down, gonna get it to a more edible format.
Yeah, and I guess Discomonk, you're gonna have your work cut out for you writing, writing a script every single month.
It's
I hope
the
you're
end of
looking
the
forward to
month call
that.
from Abel.
All right. Anything else you guys want to add about the monthly report? Anyone?
Well, only if you haven't seen it, go see it. That's all I can say about
Oh
that.
yeah, for sure. Make sure you guys go check it out. It's on our new YouTube channel actually. The Rune Metaverse. We actually changed YouTube channels. All of our past streams and I think any upcoming content is going to be on the new channel. Maiev, if you can link that channel in the chat, please.
Sure thing.
All right. So next up, we got to talk about the coin market cap airdrop. So I think those of us fortunate enough got a what is it called? Luminous Flywing. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep. Luminous Flywing. All right. So yeah. What do you guys have any thoughts on the item, on any of the stats that it gives? Whenever I looked at it, I think the first thing that came to my mind was I have no idea what Magic Find does. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people, probably share the same sentiment. So, if you guys can explain a little bit about what Magic Find means and what it does.
I mean, we certainly know that it's going to be a good stat to have on your items. Binzi said that many times. Magic Find is key. You'll be able to go over 100% to stack your bonuses, similarly to how you can do with yield. And I think that's all we've known that we've publicly revealed so far. Whether or not we're in a position to say any more, I don't know. I'll have to look to somebody else for that.
Yeah,
I'm not
the
the guy.
person in the lower left corner here might have some info on that.
Well, so from what I understand of it right now, I hope I'm not muted or something.
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. From what I understand of it right now, it's essentially going to be, like Magic Find in the Diablo games, and more or less Magic Find in any of the other games you would find it in. It improves your chances of getting something good whenever there is some probability associated with what you're getting. So it increases, maybe a reward tier if, or it has a chance of increasing your reward tier if you are in the position to maybe open like a loot box or something to that effect. I can't say exactly what it's going to be. It'll probably change over time, like a lot of the plans we have. But that's kind of my general understanding. Is it's something you would want to have to maximize the rewards that you get, especially those that are associated with probability. I don't think it would influence crafting per se, but if you have, rune word find, you have this percentage chance of getting a rune word. Maybe Magic Find would influence the roll of that rune word once you proc it, if you get my drift.
So how would that work in the raids? Are you saying that we're going to be able to use Magic Find and possibly find NFTs when we're harvesting in the raids?
I think that's the intention, yeah. If you think about how World Stone shards used to work, it was with Lore Keeper, it was a 100% chance, but the idea was that you had a chance of rolling and or a chance of getting a World Stone shard on harvest per raid or something like that. And I'm assuming that rune word finds and other find type things are going to be pretty closely associated with that. Obviously, you can't do it per harvest because people can just harvest over and over again. We'll have to iron out the details of that, how we would distribute rewards through that. But that's the intention. There's going to be, expanded RPG elements to our DeFi RPG over time. It just is a matter of getting it out there.
Nice.
Okay, sounds good. I think something else that some people might have noticed was that unlike a lot of our items, when you look at the Luminous Flywing, it actually has stats for, I believe, every single evolution game. So do you want to talk a little bit about what does that necessarily mean? Does that mean that we know now that maybe the chance to reduce all harvest burn is going to translate directly to move speed and evo? Is that going to be constant throughout all the items, or is the stats for evolution and all the other games are the stats that we see just specific to the Luminous Flywing?
So it's not currently the case that if you have, say, a void burn, it would turn into something specific in another game. But it would largely those attributes are themed around something. Like a void burn could be considered a dodge chance, like missing a huge penalty of some kind. So in Evo, it might be the chance to miss, or the chance to not receive a death penalty or drop an orb or something like that. In Infinite, it might be a chance to avoid taking damage from a hit or something to that extent. Same with harvest yield. You could see that as being damage increase in other games. So while it wouldn't necessarily be the same kind of damage, it would probably be within that orbit. But the reality is that like there's a lot fewer attributes that are currently possible with raids, or that you could really think about, at least in its current framework, than the other games. So we wouldn't be able to do a one-to-one kind of translation anyway. But we are trying to some extent to like, yeah, like I said, have attributes that are within the orbit conceptually of what the raid attributes are.
Okay, so it's more of a guideline rather than like a strict rule. Is that what I'm getting from it?
Yeah, yeah. We wouldn't want to like basically be static there. There's always something to be said about having flexibility. We want all of the items to be fun and engaging and valuable to use in every game. And it's easier to do that if we have the freedom to just go into an attribute set without thinking about, okay, well, you know, it's avoid burn in raids, so we have to do this for infinite or something like that. But yeah, largely, I mean, um, yeah, there is kind of like some association, but not a firm one, I guess.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? You have anything to add
Yeah.
to that?
I've been hearing something about PvP raids. How would that work?
So that's not like this is going to be basically me speculating on what it might look like based on kind of some, I guess, some writing I did on it. There are a couple of different ways raids could be expanded, and it could be sort of like almost, you could think of it as like a turn-based affair. There are a few games out there that are similar to this. I believe that you have like blockchain turn-based combat of some kind. But ours would, I presume, kind of be centered around basically the same farming harvest mechanics, except you could potentially think of harvesting as an attack, and then someone else having like a pool of resources that you're taking from or something like that. And then you apply your attributes to the harvest mod, or you apply your harvest modifications to the attack. Like I said, this is kind of speculation. It's not set in stone by any means, but that's kind of the framework under which I'm thinking about it at the moment. And those of you who've been around for a while might also remember like boss battles.
Boss
That might
battles.
take a sort of similar thing. Yeah, at least it like that's kind of something that's on the roadmap for raids, and it might be similar to the way I'm thinking about PvP working, where it's almost like a team battle where you're fighting a boss, and the amount of contribution you put toward taking that boss down, it scales your reward or something like that. But yeah, it's very early. There's a lot of things we can do with it. It just kind of I think about these things without thinking of feasibility and timeline. So it's really yeah, a matter of what we can do to offer people the best value as early as possible, I suppose, while still making it, you know, something that no one else has done before, something that's unique and something that's really interesting and engaging.
I'm glad you
Awesome.
acknowledged that, because as you were talking about all of those things, I was sat there trying to plan out in my head how on earth I would actually try and make that happen. So at least you acknowledged the feasibility part of it.
That's why I'm always like, it's speculation. You know, I have like a modicum of programming understanding, but not enough to be like, yeah, this is feasible. This is something that can be done in X amount of time. As
Yeah.
my advisor for my dissertation would tell you, I constantly underestimate how long it will take me to program something. So, yeah.
But it's about dreaming big, though, isn't it? And you know, you've got a vision.
Yeah.
You think something's going to work, and it's worth doing, even if it takes a bit longer than you perhaps expected. And I think we've seen that time and time again, haven't we, with Rune? You know, sometimes things do get pushed back a little bit and move down the road. But then when the team does deliver, the product we get at the end of it is just brilliant, you know, and unique every time as well.
All right. So I want to take this opportunity while we have Eki here to go over all of the raid attributes, and maybe we can talk a little bit more about what some of the confusing ones do. So let me go ahead and pull that up on the screen here. All right. I think a lot of people probably have, a bunch of questions, especially regarding things such as send harvest to the hidden pool. So what exactly does send harvest to the hidden pool? What does that mean? Does that mean that you lose your harvest, or is that a positive or a negative?
So harvest to the hidden pool would be, I mean, if you have that attribute, you would be able to see a pool under pools that is the current rune being harvested. And harvest to hidden pool is more or less the chance that your harvest goes to that pool. It often has a higher multiplier than other pools, and there's, we want to expand it and make it a more worthwhile thing to gear toward. So additional functionality and mechanics might be associated with hidden pool, or there might be other similar mechanics, not just hidden pool, but other kinds of pools too. Again, this is total speculation. These are ideas that we've talked about and would like to see in practice, I suppose.
So it sounds like,
Currently, hidden pool is the only way to single stake the currently farmed token. So, other than the hidden pool, you can't stake the tokens currently being farmed.
Yeah, that's right. So basically, it's just a way for raiders to compound their harvest, because we all know that during the start of the raids, the actual pool, if you is taken on the farm raids, on the token that is currently being harvested, it goes quite a bit until it evens out. So I think hidden pool is a way for them to safely compound their harvest. So I'd still think it's a positive thing, Panda.
yeah. So hidden pool is a positive attribute, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, if you want to go to the hidden pool, I mean, certain people like the hidden pool, certain people don't. So if you like the
Yeah,
mechanic, then it's a positive thing. And if not, just try to avoid it.
So I think it
it
comes down to, do you want your harvest there and then, or do you actually want it to start earning you an income immediately? And that's your choice between entering the hidden pool and not. If you want to start earning straight away and you're going to be keeping it in there, it's a good
mhm.
attribute to have. Saves you the transaction fees of waiting for that raid to end and then staking into that yourself. It's already in there for you, and you can withdraw it whenever you want as well.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
So outside of the hidden pool, we have harvest yield. Harvest yield, that one's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a multiplier from the amount of harvest that you would have otherwise gotten. Harvest fee, that's a fee for harvesting. It's separate from the blockchain fee. I think a lot of people, when they try to harvest something and they see a super high gas fee, that's probably a result of not having the token required for the harvest fee. So for the harvest fee, let's talk a little bit about that. Let's say
Yeah,
you
the
have
harvest fee is charged. Go ahead.
let's say you have like a harvest of let's just say you get like maybe 1,000 of a certain rune, and then your harvest fee is maybe 30% of a different rune, right? So how does that work? Does that mean that to get your harvest you had to pay 300 of the harvest fee rune?
I don't know exactly how the numbers work. Someone that's
Yeah,
better at math could do
Yeah,
that one.
yeah. So
So
thirty
I
percent.
think
So if
it's
I was
if
going
you've
to say
got
that 30% is probably a little bit too high, right? So I
Yeah,
think
just
it's normally
hypothetically.
a bit lower than that.
Yeah, just
So I think a lot
hypothetically.
of people have, fee reductions, and I guess if you had a harvest of 100 rune, and even your 30% example, yes, it would be 30 of another rune. So if your harvest fee stated that the fee token is TIR, then you pay 30 TIR for that. So that's where some of the other items really come to their own due to the stacking bonuses that you get off those, where you're able to actually reduce that fee, potentially even remove it entirely, to then just maximize your income again from the runes that you're earning.
Two of the
And
main
Panda, you
items to
mentioned
reduce. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, Blackbeard. I was just going to say to Panda, you mentioned that part of the reason you might get a high gas fee is if you haven't got that particular rune. Another reason might actually be if you haven't approved that rune to be used in the raids. So if you do get the harvest fee and you know that you've got your harvest fee rune in your wallet, but you're still getting that high fee, then a trick is to go into the single stake pools and approve that rune for use as though you're going to stake it, but then don't actually stake anything into it. And then that will allow that to then be spent as your harvest fee. So if you're still getting the high gas fees and it's related to that harvest fee, then that's a sort of trick to get around that.
Yep. All right. So
I was
just
gonna
make sure you guys
suggest-
approve all your runes.
I was going to suggest to anybody looking to lower their harvest fees, get yourself a pair of smoke gloves. They have very high harvest fee reduction, and you can find them on the marketplace.
And we
Okay.
saw quite a high fee reduction on Dragon Knight, the item that was airdropped the first time round in the first airdrop that we did with Coin Market Cap as well. Now available on the marketplace. Big fee reduction on that item, almost comparable to a lower end smoke, really.
Yes, and Titan as well. But between a Dragon Light, a Titan, and a Smoke, you can get between those 3 items over 100% reduction.
Yeah, so speaking of smoke, I think smoke is one of the only or one of the few items that I think it has this unstake locked feature. So let's talk a little bit about what that means. Does that mean that you have to stay in the harvest until that it finishes?
Yeah, so at the moment, we're farming the Unrune. So if you were to equip a smoke now to reduce your harvest fees, and then you were to harvest, you're activating smoke to reduce those harvest fees, and then you're going to not be able to unstake any of your runes or LPs that are staked into the farms or pools until that reward has changed. So we'll move on from Unrune to farming a different one. And at that point, you can then stake and unstake as much as you like, as long as you leave your smoke equipped. If you do unequip it and then equip it again, then you're going back through that initial lock period. So some people like to equip it for the first time towards the end of the raid, or once the raid's been going on for a little while, because they know it's going to switch over soon, or suspect so, and therefore they're not going to be locked in for that long. Others really don't mind at all, because they're going to be just keeping the item on and never removing it. I don't think I've ever unequipped my smoke since I crafted it many months ago now. It's just so useful.
And as Discomonk was saying, it's not until you actually do that first harvest after you've equipped it that it actually activates it. So if you don't do that harvest and it switches over to the next rune, but you've equipped it, then you're going to lock yourself into that next rune until you do that first harvest. So if you want to start using the item and you want to get to the point where you can start harvesting the next one, then do that initial harvest as soon as you've equipped it, because that will then start that lock period in. And I think earlier on, I think people have realized that this doesn't work, but earlier on, I think people tried to harvest and then unequip their smoke in the hope that that would then mean that they could then harvest again, but it doesn't work like that. It carries on doing that lock, even if you do unequip the smoke after you've activated it.
Yeah, while we're on the topic of equipping and unequipping items, what happens if you are, let's say you have like certain runes staked and then you equip an item that gives you higher yield? So does a yield only affect the time period after like you equip it, or is it for the whole harvest, or how does that work?
So it's
So
on the amount
attributes.
Of,
oh, sorry, no, go on, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's on the amount of runes that you've actually earned. So let's say you've earned 10 unrunes, because that's the current reward, and then you had an item that gave you a 10% yield bonus, you didn't have any negative effects in play, then you would just get an extra unrune when you harvested, so you'd get 11 instead of your 10. However, the bonus is one of the last attributes to be calculated or applied in the calculation. So things like your harvest fee token get applied first, and your burn as well, which is the one to really watch out for. And I don't know if we're ready to move on to burn or look at some other attributes first, but it feels kind of natural to move on to that one next, unless there's any other questions on that.
Oh yeah,
No, I
sorry.
say let's go to burn. Teach them about the burn.
Actually, I think maybe I was unclear with my question, but what I was asking was, like when you equip an item, I'm guessing what happens is everything after you equip, like all the yield that you get after you equip it is affected by the harvest yield, but not before, right?
Okay, I see what you mean. So your yield is always the same amount, your base yield. And that's just dependent on how much you've actually got staked into the farms and pools. But it's at the point of equipping your items, and harvesting and using your items, which in the raids only applies at the point of harvest. That's when it's going to start triggering all your attributes. So what you could do is you could just leave all your runes, all your rewards unclaimed, leave them there. Some people have done for months on end because they know that they're going to get better items at the end. More items are going to be released. They're going to find that combination that really gives them, maximum bonus. Some people are getting more than double what they're actually earning due to the combination of items they're using. So if you're not in that position, you don't have that in your inventory at the moment, you can just leave your rewards unclaimed, wait until you've got that equipment, and then start loading it on, to increase the amount that you actually collect at the end of it all.
Okay, so basically it does apply retroactively, right?
It applies on harvest. So
Yeah.
basically, when you harvest, if you equip it, all the yield before will also be included in your bonus yield.
Okay, cool. That's actually not how I was expecting it to work, but that is really nice to know.
So there are some
Yeah,
exceptions, like we talked about with Smoke, like we saw on Haze, the secret rune word that we crafted on the previous streams. There were some time-bound attributes on there, 336 hour. I think lock for your staking on there as well, on that item. So some exceptions, but yes, most of the effects apply at the point of harvest. So you can just put them on later, boost it right at the point that you're actually going to collect all your rewards, and take them off potentially if you wanted to afterwards, but not much point in that, I guess.
Okay, cool. Thank you for all of the knowledge. Yeah, let's go on to Harvest Burn now. I think Harvest Burn is something that maybe a lot of people, they think that they know what it is, but in reality, it kind of applies differently than what they expect. So Harvest Burn, you would expect to maybe be the opposite of Harvest Yield, but the difference is that Harvest Burn applies beforehand. So the multiplier is kind of, it's almost inherently just going to be more impactful just because it applies before. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And I think that's the point that people, as you say, stumble on and don't realize, because you're applying that burn to your base yield, and then all your extra bonus that you've earned on your items, that gets applied to the amount that's already had, potentially a good deal of it burned. Then you are just minimizing that. And we've seen that, with Guiding Light, there were some items which had a 50% burn and 100% yield on them. Well, actually, they weren't gaining anything because they've lost half of their harvest on that burn immediately. And it's that is then getting doubled. So it only brought them back level. And all they were really doing is just increasing the amount that they were paying in gas fees. And for all the items that they had to then reduce the token fees that also were on their weapon. So, you do have to take that into account first, the burn. And that's why we see on these items where we have reduced burn, which will just be a straight counter, and lower the number. So if you've got 10% burn and you've got 5% reduced burn, it'll bring it down to 5% burn, which is slightly different to the reducing harvest fees. But on that burn item and the reduced burn and avoid all burns, this is why people want them, because it's that first part in the calculation. If you get that to 0, then all your bonus items, your bonus yield is just pure profit, which is quite key on that.
Yep. All right. I'm actually going through the marketplace. I think there are some items, some stats that are not listed on the wiki that maybe can be kind of confusing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and
Panda. Sorry about that. That's on my end. I'm the one who is updating the wiki.
okay.
I haven't had the time to update it.
Yeah,
But
no problem.
yeah. Basically, what stats are you looking at right now?
I think there's actually a bunch of them. Like I just look at here on pressure, there is a 1% chance you create a random rune word. So does that just mean that you can create any rune word? I guess once it's implemented, does that mean it could be any one? Can it be one that's retired before, or is it only going to be, perhaps the ones that are craftable?
Well, it basically creates a new rune word. However, if we could create a retired one, that is still it's still to be decided.
It's still to be
And
decided.
yeah, and earlier we were talking about magic find, so it's that stat that would be affected by magic find. So for example, you triggered that 1%, and then it would depend on your magic find whether you get like a magical, a rare, or a mythic. So that's how it works.
All right. I also see on Titan there's a 2% random rune exchange. Let's talk a little bit about what that means.
That's actually one of my favorite bonuses you can get. When you harvest, that will exchange your harvest for random runes in the platform. So technically, you could be harvesting and you could get a Zod rune or a few Zod runes in its place. But that could also work against you because you might get one of the lower priced runes in exchange. But still, it's a good way to be able to replenish your other runes without having to actually purchase them.
I
And
think that's
this,
a good point, isn't it? It's the only way, apart from as random drops in evolution at the moment, that you can actually earn some of the older runes that have previously been farmed to their max supply. Things like EL, TIR. That's the only way to get them without purchasing them from the market. So, as Blackbeard said, if you haven't got some in your collection already, and you're seeing these rune words, appearing that have them in the recipes, that might be an attribute that you want to go for.
Yeah, it's personally one I like to maximize. So on all my equipment, I make sure the random rune exchange is maximized because I love it.
okay. I think we are probably going to need to move on to the next topic soon. But just before we do that, let's talk a little bit about what the world stone shards are. So, as I understand it, I think that was something that was implemented before, but maybe it's removed, or what's going on with that?
So it's not removed. It's more kind of sleeping. So they'll be back, and hopefully before not too long as well.
I mean, they're crystals; they're not very active.
Yeah. So what are the uses for world stone shards?
Yeah. So
So Worldstone
basically,
shards. Oh, sorry, go on, Maiev.
yeah, it's actually Matt who written the code, but Binzi is actually the one who decided on what they should be doing. So basically, world stone shards they can be used for transmuting. So I'll send in the link here in the chat. Yep. So transmuting, what it actually does is either you could improve or add an attribute or fracture your rune word. So those chances it varies depending on the number of attributes your rune word has. So basically, it's called like I think it was called slamming in other games like Path of Exile. Haven't actually played that game, but maybe some other players would be able to give us a run over on how it looks like in other games. But basically, it's Rune's way of improving your items.
Or possibly destroying them if you accidentally
Well,
yeah.
a fracture
Even
item
if
doesn't actually mean it's destroyed. we,
Oh,
we
sorry. Oh, and I
we
heard
wouldn't
fractured. That's what I thought.
yeah we wouldn't want players investing like buying an expensive rune word and then
So what would
it,
fracturing an item do to it? Would it limit its abilities? Would it lower its percentages?
no
no,
it
it
basically
just
won't
means you
be able,
couldn't then transmute it again.
yeah
So
Oh,
e- even if you could transmute it again because you've got, I don't know, 2 or 3 attributes on it, it wouldn't let you do it. So it
gotcha.
still retains all of its abilities, but you couldn't then improve it any further. So whether or not that actually affects the price of the item on the market, I guess all of those kind of dynamics are yet to sort of come into play. But it'll be quite interesting to see, how the fractured items compare in price to non-fractured items, etc.
So fractured just basically means you can't transmute it any further.
Correct.
Gotcha.
All right, quickly, one last question for regarding rune words. So I see on the marketplace there is a tab for legendary items. So is that something that we've released before and I'm not aware of it, or is it something that's planning for in the future? What's going on with the legendary items?
Still don't have any updates regarding the
Yeah.
legendary items and how it would work. Some unique items. We have some concepts in the wiki, but it still hasn't been finalized yet.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's something for the future. All right.
I think
Okay.
Alps has been there since day one. We're still waiting patiently.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I think we talked a little bit too much about the item stats. There were, a lot of questions that I had, and I'm sure, maybe some of our viewers, they've probably wondered the same as well, but we need to move on to our next topic. All right, guys. Why do we change our name? Why do we change our name to Rune Metaverse? Anyone? Anyone want to jump in?
I think
Because
it's
we're
more
we're a
reflective.
lot more than just an MMO. Rune MMO didn't really include or have all the other games in our metaverse in it. And I think metaverse was the perfect term to describe what we're trying to do. And in fact, I made a video about a month and a week ago that was the Rune Metaverse explained, because it's really like this digital world that you can live in and interact in. You could get full career within a metaverse. Like imagine you are a person who loves crafting items. So you join the Rune metaverse and you decide you want to make a career for crafting items and actually sell, keep crafting, selling, and you're able to live just within this metaverse but also be able to pay your real life bills with it. So yeah, I think Metaverse just better described the ecosystem as a whole than just MMO.
Yeah, I think MMO is quite narrow in terms of it's a game with a lot of people. And as Blackbeard said, this is much more than that. It's got the financial element. The in-game currency is a real market, a true economy of people investing into the project, investing into the game, generating value by doing so. And that value is then realized in the form of runes, in the form of NFTs that they can take with them, use in Rune and possibly even other games if other developers want to use those assets. That's all open, but we can take those items from the raid aspect and the DeFi aspect, bring them into evolution, bring them into infinite, and then eventually sanctuary. And once we're at that point where you've got this growing 3D world like that MMO aspect, but you've got this real true economy, real items that people have crafted, that people have held on to, and put time and effort into through transmuting potentially as well, to then bring those into the game and have a bustling marketplace and economy of those items. As Blackbeard said, you potentially can be a blacksmith as a career. And that's really exciting because we're at that point where the technology is finally there to do it. And hopefully in a few years, probably not for the launch of Sanctuary, but maybe Sanctuary 2 or 3, we can start thinking about those virtual reality worlds. You know, move out the way Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg. This is the Room metaverse, and that's really what it's about. But player created and player owned, and governed by players and investors through the RXS utility that was enabled by launching the RXS token and replacing Rune as the main one.
Okay, and while we talk a little bit more about the metaverse, I put the straw poll link for our evolution server in the Twitch chat. Make sure you guys vote on what server you guys want us to play on today. Our next topic
What
is.
about that new? What about that new clip of Infinite? Are we going to show them that today?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. We can go ahead and show them the new clips of Infinite while we get everyone to vote for their servers. All right. We do have a little bit more of a preview for Infinite coming out, and hopefully in the next few weeks we will be able to playtest that on stream. Let me go pull up the video. let's go check out Infinite. Mm. So if you guys have a little bit more information about what we're watching here, you guys can, go ahead and talk a little bit about what's going on. Anyone?
I don't think any of us really.
You're
So I
Yeah,
think we're seeing some of the movement here, and I don't know if there's a delay between me seeing it on Twitch,
yeah, just a little
where
bit.
I'm seeing the clip and the audio. But we got some examples, and there's some pets. Now Infinite is a 1v1 arena. I don't know if the pets will work in this way and that you battle against them, or if we're just seeing them test animations. We know that potentially some characters might be able to summon through their use of items, some creatures. Looks like test fish is just to do kind of area effect damage. But really interesting to see that. So those are the guardian pets that people are already getting and winning in evolution that we'll be able to mint ourselves as well. We can see some healing effects from the items, some
um
more area of effects as well. Swords. I don't know if Eki can talk a
can you
bit more about those.
can you pause the stream, Panda? So
Pause the stream.
basically what I mean, sorry, the video. So basically what you guys saw are just minions. So they're just basically minions. It's and they're models of our rune guardians. But yeah, I need you to go back at the latter part of the video.
Go back to the last part. Yes, sir.
The yeah. So so those pink guys, they are rune guardian models, but they were just used temporarily for Infinite, so that we could showcase just a video. And if you could see, there is like a green fellow following you. Do you see that? That the tiny guardian that
Mm-hmm.
is following. So that is
Oh
basically
yeah,
your
yeah.
that would be basically your pet when you go to Infinite, according to our developer.
Yep, and we got another video that we can look at.
Yeah, and I would just like to tell everyone that those what you're seeing right now is they're just prototypes. We're still our animator is still doing some updates on the sprites that we would be using, as well as the animations for each of the characters, as well as the skills.
And
So
So
when
these are
basically,
just
Infinite
placeholder
starts, it's
graphics.
going to be like a one versus one PvP battle arena at the start, but we are going to eventually probably add either team play or some sort of battle royale type of mode. But for right now, one versus one PvP versus other heroes.
And you've
looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. But for now, it's 1v1. So it would still be in beta. So there's still plenty of updates coming up. But yeah.
Yeah, you can think of pretty much Evo and Infinite as almost early access games. They're not fully realized visions upon release.
Hmm.
Evolution is going to be something that evolves over the next year, 2 years, and onward. And Infinite as well. A lot of what you're seeing is like placeholder. It's the general idea, and it'll probably be amazing upon release, but there will be more in the future. Again, we're always wanting to add more like entertainment value to all the things that are part of
Hmm.
this ecosystem. Um, and yeah, so
I
Jay
think
Yeah.
a
So
Smooth
question.
asks, does Infinite have a story mode?
well,
I don't
basically
think so.
the yeah we won't have any story mode for Infinite.
So
Yeah.
there'll be
Basically,
some lore as always, to set the scene. Um, but ultimately, this is about 1v1 battles.
mhm.
Beat your opponent, progress to the next one, and keep going forever, or until you fall asleep, I guess. And win some awesome prizes.
Yeah. So
You might see
basically,
like
Infinite is like our way of showcasing how rune words would be utilized in an actual game. That's the goal of Infinite way back in our previous roadmap. So it's like a demo for Sanctuary on how players are going to use their skills or their rune words on their characters.
And we've just seen some of that on the stream as well, haven't we, on Twitch, where Panda's shown some of the early footage and in development, prototype. We've seen some of the movement as well. People have been speeding around, teleporting. So again, and that's all enabled by the rune word items that people are out there crafting now that are on the marketplace, using those runes that they're earning. And this is what we talk about, the value and the utility that people are creating. Because if you don't want that weapon, someone else, I'm sure, is going to want to be able to, skip around and jump from the bottom of the arena to the top and teleporting like we're seeing there. That's an awesome skill to have. I don't know what item enables that, but I'll probably be going for that, like dodging out the way. Probably just lost a few battles giving away my strategy there as well.
So
Lofarn says, will we be able to challenge each other?
Well, I think the matchmaking is gonna not be something you can directly influence per se. You're going to be paired up with someone who is playing at the same time. In the future, it may be that you can kind of challenge a friend to an exhibition match of some kind, like that isn't necessarily rewarded, because you can see how easily exploitable it would be to just fight someone over and over again and beat them and win the rewards. We don't want to keep people from, practicing with their friends. But I think the point of Infinite is that it's like an ongoing tournament of which you are one of the participants, and the bracket is out of your hands, pretty much. You just win and keep going, and occupy different tiers within this tournament and take on challengers and win rewards depending on how far you've gotten.
Yeah, I think something, at least from a player standpoint, I would like to see is definitely a training mode, something where you can practice just by yourself. I think that helps a lot with, optimizing your gameplay. Hopefully that's something that we'll be able to see in Infinite.
Well, we have Test Realm in Evo, so definitely we will have a Test Realm in Infinite.
All right. Yeah, okay, guys. I think
to answer.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, how the matchmaking works. So basically, it's 1v1. It was actually inspired by Hunter x Hunter's Heaven's Arena, wherein, if you could recall, Gon and Killua entered like a huge tower, wherein they fight 1v1 matches, and the higher the floor, the better the rewards will be. So yeah. And speaking of, I know players would be asking regarding MMR. So Binzi is not actually a fan of MMR, so we'll see how it works for now on how it would work. But just my advice for raiders: start crafting your rune words if you would like to play in our metaverse.
All right, guys. I think we gotta move on. We gotta play Evo. We're gonna run out of time.
Yeah, we gotta play Evo. Oh, yeah, one more thing to note about Infinite. One more thing to note about Infinite before we go play Evo is that your items are what's going to be giving you the skills. So you'll be able to use different skills with different characters. Besides the class-only items, those skills will be applied to only the class it's for, but all the other skills will be able to use for any other character.
And the intention is that your class is actually decided by the items, so you can have an arrangement of items that will turn you into the class that fits the requirement of whatever item has a class restriction. And that's how you will do it. I believe Binzi clarified in Telegram the other day that the class NFT or the class character NFT is primarily for the raids, whereas elsewhere it's going to be kind of made up of what you have equipped to your character. So you have a lot of options, and your eventual class kind of springs out of the choices you made in equipping yourself.
Okay, guys, let's get on Evolution. I think the server we're going to be on today is going to be North America. That does seem like it is the winner by one vote. Ping. Yep, we got to play. We get to play NA, and I did not vote, so I am not the one to blame for everybody outside of America. But
ha ha ha.
Yeah, I think after this current round concludes, we can start our our weekly evolution giveaway. The next 5 games after this round concludes, we will give we will choose a winner from the winner of that Evo round. That was probably worded very, very poorly, but I think you guys know what I mean. So everybody get on, hop on NA. Let's get the wall down.
Get that wall down, boys.
And I'll try to play my best while also clicking on the chat.
Sorry, Panda. Was using the stream account.
Yeah.
We've got 20 seconds left in this round, so the winner of the next round gets a bonus prize. Is that right?
Yep.
Highest place if it's one of us. I doubt it's going to be me.
If it's Let's Be Friends like this one, it's not going to be me.
I think you can't get the same round twice in a row, can you? I don't think you can. Mixed game mode too. All right. Good luck, everybody.
Got killed.
And I believe for our giveaway this week, we're going to be giving away the last of our hidden rune words. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we only have
Balance.
One more recipe to be revealed.
Yep.
Been around for a little while now, that rune word. But for those of you who don't know the recipe yet, don't have one, you're going to be able to get yourself a belt.
Yep, and also for those of you in the chat, if we get to 60 viewers and 70 viewers, and every increment of 10 upwards of that, we'll be choosing one more viewer. So tell your friends to watch.
Get all your friends here.
Yep,
the more
all your
people
friends.
we have, the more prizes you win.
Yep, all your friends, your family, maybe even your dog. Everybody's welcome here.
Yeah, make sure your dog has a Twitch account because...
Hey, on the internet, nobody knows you're a dog.
Yeah. Is that what you tell yourself when you wake up, Panda?
I'm a panda, come on.
Yeah, on the internet, nobody knows you're a bear.
Oh man, it's been a while since I played.
Panda has like insane ping. He has like 40 ping, and the rest is like 107.
Yeah, dude, that must mean the server is in Texas or something. I got 86 ping here.
I think the server is probably in like Chicago. If I had to guess, I think so. I know some of the Canadian players.
88 in the UK.
Yeah.
I vote to bring it back to Cali like it was originally, so I could have 20 ping again.
20 ping was insane.
I know. That's why I was number 1 back then.
So we have Taria, Traya leading. Next one is Gamel. Next one is aka Black Reaper.
Hey, what about me? Come on.
Oh, we've got Emotionless climbing up. One prize is in the quiz.
Panda dropped to the 5th place.
Emotionless is Matthias, if I remember correctly.
Did he get the prize in the quiz? No, he was the answer for one of the questions.
Yeah, I saw that on the quiz.
I missed the quiz today. What was the question?
Who is the winner of the mythic airdrop?
Matthias and Loma. I would have won that one. If I wasn't a team member. I was so good at those quizzes before I joined the team.
Oh man, Camel has 6,000 points. What's going on? What the? That's fucking crazy. I didn't realize he was.
He must have just got the big orb.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was winning by that much.
Baby.
How are we gonna catch up to 6,000? Oh my god, how did I die?
It killed you. I'm currently in
I don't
fifth.
know, but I want your orb. Where's your tasty, delicious orb at?
I don't think I'm worth anything anymore.
Duffles, you just killed me.
You deserve that.
Yeah, so
Gamel?
basically, how many games of Evo we're going to play? Maybe
5, right?
we can do five. We can
I
do
think
five now.
I think 3 because 5 is 25 minutes. It's 5 minutes a game, and we got
Yeah,
our
we can do
UK
three.
friends. It's getting late
Mhm.
for.
So basically, the first winner would get the lowest percentage in the crafting, and then the last winner would get the better one, and then the best would be the last one that we've drawn in our wheel.
Oh, so we're gonna do the wheel. We're gonna play 3 games and then do the wheel.
Yes.
3 games and
Yeah,
then the
So
wheel.
three
And I
games and
think
then
our first winner is Gamel by the looks of things, unless someone can swing it.
Oh my
yeah,
god, his name is
Gamel.
Gamel. I thought it was Camel. I thought it was a C. I thought his
Camel.
name was Camel.
So Gamel, congratulations.
game mode deathmatch, no orbs, kills only, guys.
Man, deathmatch is gonna be like a slaughterhouse with this many people in it.
Let's
What
get the
if
map bloody,
one of
guys.
what if one of us
Cover
wins?
it in red.
What do we do?
Then we give it to the second place or whoever was the non-team member that got the highest score.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, by the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be non-team members who are winning at the moment.
Yeah,
I don't think we need to worry about that too
I
much.
think they're just better than
Work
us.
our evil skills.
No, it's because we're streaming, guys. We can use that
Yeah,
excuse. We're
that's it.
streaming. Our attention is divided.
And
Under pressure.
Yeah, we have all the pressure on us. People are watching us. Like, nah. I'm always so good until I start streaming, and then I suck.
If I'm being honest, like I don't even remember how to play these games with a bunch of people in it. Like I'm so used to
We're-
nobody from NA playing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, NA is just
we're
like
to someone with.
It's been a few weeks since I've even like played.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of circumstances.
I think I only play on stream really these days.
Yeah, I think we're all waiting for Infinite. We're all just hyped for Infinite, and we're just looking forward to it.
I'll never understand how there's so many dragons and then I just can't kill anybody in death mode. Deathmatch, I mean.
Yeah, dude, same here. How are these people getting so many kills?
Yeah. So, what is your strategy in that match?
Fly around, hope people run
Hey.
into me.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
Stay big the whole time.
Yeah.
So, Kevin
think
used
that's
to
the
play a
thing,
lot
isn't
of
it? Just
Evo
stay
games, and
involved.
one of his strategy is
Wow.
just to keep yourself big.
yeah, definitely
Yep.
stay big, but like outside of that, like I don't know. I tried playing using the mini map, tried to like, corner people, but then I just realized that like honestly, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter
if
that
you
much.
prioritize
Like,
skills, if you prioritize skills rather than evolution, it'd
what's
be
going on
harder.
over here?
Wonder if anyone's gonna find a trinket during these 15 minutes.
One
would be
day it's
quite
gonna
nice.
happen. One day somebody's gonna get that juicy rune drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Right
you
on
could ask
stream.
Benzi. Ask
Hey,
Benzi.
hey, Binzi, release a couple extra NFTs during this evolution match here.
Maybe that's something we could look into in the future. I think it would be cool if we do like, exclusive drops whenever we're streaming. But that's. I guess we'll have to see if that
Especially if I
ever.
happen to be in the area that it spawns.
When you put it that way, I mean, I just wanted to see a drop, honestly. Oh, I'm winning. I'm winning. All right. Looks like I still got it.
What happened to not being able to kill people, Panda?
It's not me killing people. It's people killing themselves running into me. That's how I. That's like my view of deathmatch.
And remember, guys, when you're killing level 2 dragons, you get 600 points instead of 300.
Is that on every single mode, or is that on just some of them?
Every single
I
mode.
think it's every single mode. Yeah.
Not always 300 points, but always double for.
Always, yeah, it's
Fire
always
evolution,
double for a
yeah.
level 2 dragon.
Does that still work the same on the reverse ones as well?
No, it doesn't work that way in the reverse ones. Wherein if you kill people, it's just negative 200 points.
Oh no, I'm stuck at that rune at the top you can't get. It tricked me, and now I've got the green cloud.
Oh no.
That's a trap.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
the trap rune.
The
it
trap
would be
rune.
work on the upcoming updates.
Yeah, that trap rune's fixed for 1.7, and also the green cloud for 1.7 is switched to a Wi-Fi, little Wi-Fi
Nice.
bar next to your
Oh, it's much
character.
clearer what
Yeah.
it actually means. There's a lot of questions about that, isn't there?
Yeah.
I still need
Oh,
to
come
bug
on.
Binzy to create a 1.7 build for Mac. I haven't tried it yet.
Or you just
So-
need to ditch the Mac and come to
There we
Windows.
go.
There is that, I guess. There is that.
Okay, Hotaru, you are the winner of the second prize.
Yep. All right, this will be our last game on standard. Man, I was
I
so
think
close to the last
we're,
winning last round.
Aren't we a bit short of time?
Oh,
Because we still need
Thanks
to
till
craft.
2 a.m. Pop Tarts.
yeah. How are you looking,
I know
Matt?
you've got to leave, but
How
great
you
to have you
feeling?
around.
What was the question? Sorry, I'm so engrossed in trying to stay alive. I completely missed the question.
I just asked how you're feeling. It's late for you over there.
No, I'm all good. I've still got my cup of caffeine in my Rune mug, so
You're doing
don't
good?
worry, I'm all good. I'm all
Sure.
good.
So this would be the last, right?
Last Evo match
Yep.
of the day
And
here.
then we'll spin some
Last
wheels.
open match. Yep.
Spin the wheel.
So Hotaru.
And the first one was Gamel.
I swear it was camel.
Not camel. Not camel.
It's probably Gamel. It's probably Gamel, not Gamel or Camel.
Nah, it's Gamel.
You guys must have been so confused when I was saying camel.
It's Game L.
Like gamer, but Gamel. Gamel.
Yeah,
Camel.
it's a Gamel. I'm not a gamer. I'm a Gamel.
So, Gamel or Gamel or Camel or Game L, could you please put us out of our misery and let us know how we are supposed to pronounce your name?
I'll look into the chat. Mm,
He's probably too busy playing.
yeah, I need Hotaru's exact name in Evo.
Oh, look at Eki. Looks like this game's gonna be.
Oh, whoa. Coming back with a vengeance, are we?
For now. I have the tendency to throw it away at the last moment. So just wait for me to choke.
So we have a question in the chat. Did they say that RXS is getting listed on the CEX soon? Yeah, we are looking into listing into a top 10 CX exchange.
Bruh.
Do we know which one that's gonna be?
Well,
We
we
do
cannot,
not want to release that yet.
Not yet.
cannot disclose
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
There'll be plenty of publicity, press releases, that sort of thing, and we're not just going to do it quietly, are we?
Yeah.
No, we like to be noisy about those types of announcements, especially with Abel on team.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So is Hotaru in?
Oh, we'll get the name. We'll get the name for you after the stream for sure. We can just rewatch the VOD, if nothing else.
Sure. So it's who is winning right now? It's Renzo.
Renzo.
I think he won last time.
Where's Lofarn? That's what I'm wondering. Where the hell is Lofarn?
Yeah, Lofarn, you're supposed to be winning these matches. Where'd you go?
Is he even here? I don't think he's even in the game.
No, I don't think we've seen him today.
Yeah, maybe he's
I
giving us
haven't
some.
seen him in the game, but he was in chat earlier.
he was in
asked
chat
a
for
question
sure.
that we answered. Yeah,
Yeah, maybe
he was
he's
in
letting
Twitch.
other people get a chance to win.
Seen the new normal creep up on the leaderboard. Another quiz
Yep,
winner.
there he is.
He's also been making some excellent videos for the community as well. Definitely worth checking out his channel. I'm sure we'll be able to give you the link in Telegram.
I remember with the old version of Evo, right when the new normal joined, the rank would be right next to his name, and it would be like the new normal 1, the new normal 2, and I got confused thinking it was a group of bots came into the game, all named the new normal with different numbers.
Damn, Eki and Renzo are like 20 points apart. Who's gonna get it?
Oh, I just lost connection or whatever.
Aw.
No one killed me. That's good. Usually when that happens, I just die outright.
Yeah.
But like, I'm all right.
Oh, you took first.
Oh, you took first.
Wow.
All right, Eki won, but
Renzo in
unfortunately-
second. Hey, there's Hotaru's name. HoutaroU.
All right, I guess that's all for our Evo today, and we'll be spinning the wheel twice for 2 more winners.
5 winners total.
All right.
Oxy's World says, Oxy's World has a question. What's the difference between buying RXS on the Rune website versus buying on Pancake Swap? And actually, the Rune website is using Pancake Swap on it, so it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, they're two GUIs for accessing the same kind of contractual functions, I think.
Yeah, Rune Swap is just the link to the PCS v2.
Rune Swap's a lot easier because you don't have to enter any of the contracts manually. All the contracts are already on it, whereas Pancake Swap, you have to enter each rune manually.
All right, I'm taking all the names in chat now. Good luck, everybody. How many people we got? 36 people.
So make sure, if you haven't already put a comment in the chat, put a comment in the chat. You've got about 10 seconds maybe before Panda takes that snapshot, if you haven't already, Panda.
Oh, yeah, sure, I'll do it again. I don't think typing in chat really matters, but...
Does it not?
I don't think so, but it might... Maybe it'll help.
It does for hype.
Oh, yeah? That's for sure. All right, I'm going to take the names now. And, yeah, let's see who we got this week. All right, guys, here we go. Me Ming Who. All right, congratulations. I think I saw him type in here earlier. Yep, there he is. Congratulations.
Yeah, make sure you hit up Maiev with your wallet address.
He won last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we have.
I'm telling you, some people.
Renzo and Miming Ho.
Some people
winning.
just
They
have
deserve
all
it for
runes,
being.
all the
They
luck.
deserve it for being supporters. If they're here every single time, then I don't mind giving them more than one prize.
You're not there, Pachi. Pachi, are you not here? I guess not. Let me just add you manually. I guess you must have either joined too late or refreshed your page. I'll just add it on here. All right, here we go again. Is it going to be Lofarn?
Yeah, so the winner of this one would get the highest.
Oh.
Next would be Miming Ho, and then Evo winners.
You put one of the team members on it.
Eki, I heard about your luck. I heard your luck is legendary.
Yeah,
is
with
kind
crafting
of.
the mythics. Jeez, man.
We should give it to Dustbit instead.
Give it to who?
Dustbit. I know him. He was the one in the wheel right next to me.
Dustbit55. Okay, let's just go ahead and give it to him then. So congratulations to Dustbit55. If you're here, type in chat, please.
Hey, look at the three names right in a row: 555, 55, and 5505.
Are they bot accounts or what?
No,
Dustbit,
because Gamel. We got Gamel right there.
Oh, that's Gam.
No.
nope,
That
it
must
looks
be our
like
that must be our angel number, like they say. We got to go look up the deeper spiritual meanings of the 55 now.
Okay.
So Dustbit,
Yeah,
we
it doesn't
need
look
you
like he's
to,
here.
Yeah.
Let's give him
Oh,
maybe
he's not in the chat room.
let's give him a little bit longer to see if he says, "Oh, he's here." Okay,
He's
he's
here.
here.
Yeah,
All right.
He's here, he's here.
All right, just in time. Congratulations.
Yeah, I guess we could do another roll. Yeah, let's do another roll.
Okay, one more roll. All right.
Yeah, so we have like 6.
Dun, dun, dun,
3
dun,
in Evo and
dun.
Last one. Who will the winner be?
Oh, it's so close. Oh my god.
Good luck
Six
pronouncing
Flags
that one.
Magic Mountain. You must live near me. That's literally from my hometown. Magic Mountain is the one in Santa
wait.
Clarita.
All right, it's gonna be
looks like
Skinny P.
Skinny P.
Skinny P, are you here?
Dustbit and Skinny P. DM me your address. Yeah, I think I already have it.
Skinny P. Going once. Going twice.
Skinny P, I've seen him several times. Oh, can't
And
tag him.
I guess he's gone.
Must have left.
All right, we
It's
go again.
gone. Go again. So we have Renzo, Hotaru Gaming.
I'm just surprised Lofarn's not winning.
Oh.
Mikaki Turin or Nyarlin?
Mika Keturin. There we go.
Mikaki Turin.
Winners jumped up straight away.
So DM me your address.
Oh, he's right there. All right. Congratulations.
Dragon Life wants to know when Infinite, and I believe in the next couple weeks we will have something to show you, like a alpha test we'll be able to play. But as far as the actual release, I'm thinking closer to December or the end of December.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah,
And for
DM me your PSC address.
for Infinite, I'm definitely gonna be looking to stream that probably on my personal account whenever it does get released. I think that game's gonna be probably gonna be the most fun. At least from my perspective, since I'm more of a PvP focused person.
I think Infinite, yeah, definitely for me, it's the one looking forward to. That was always the one that was advertised right from the beginning when Binzi started. You know, Evolution didn't exist. It was put in, built as a proof of concept just to show that you can build games that include the blockchain integration. So, you know, that's great to have, and it's brilliant to play, and it's loads of fun. And to get the items into that is amazing, and the pets as well. The way it's evolved is great. But Infinite for me is the one I've always had my eye on, and then of course Sanctuary eventually.
All right, guys. So, what is going to be the recipe for this week? What's it gonna be?
So it's L EL.
L. All right.
L Rune. And then it's IO.
L and IO. IO. Can I make a suggestion to put these in alphabetical order? There we go.
No, they're in order by the rune number. So we
Yeah.
have the lower runes and the higher runes.
Yeah. And then Hell.
Hell.
Yep. It's beside IO.
Yep, I got hell.
And then Rao.
Rao. There we go. Oh, it's just 4?
Yep.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that RuneWorks could be just 4 runes. I thought they were all 5.
So
All right.
steel was only 2, the very first one.
All right. 1 second. Let me double check, make sure this is on the right account. All right. Yep. Looks good. Can never be too careful. All right. So 40 crafts, right?
Yeah, so Pachi was saying for the last 3 streams he didn't get included into the wheel, so next stream we need to make sure to include him. I don't know why his name's not showing up though.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's kind of I mean, okay, next time I think we need to make sure that if people don't see themselves on the viewers list, they need to say something. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
we need to give him a
why.
couple minutes.
I'm not sure why they wouldn't be included on the viewers list, but that is pretty strange. Yeah, didn't already approve that.
So what is it we're crafting here? Well, it's the balance belt. So this,
Balance
as you said,
belt.
Panda, is the last remaining secret rune word that's currently craftable that we haven't revealed yet. So I don't know if you just want to remind people of that recipe again, give them a chance to write it down.
Yep, the recipe is gonna be L, and then I think it's IO, and then hell, and then Ral.
It's going to be 40 again.
Yep.
And the last winner of the wheel gets the best. And the first winner of the evolution match is he gets the least.
Of the top ones, not the least,
Yeah,
not the 0%er.
Of course, of the top.
Unless you want the 0%er, then just let us know.
I'll take it.
All right, here we go, guys.
426.9.
Here we go. 40 crafts. Let's see if I get a mythic this time.
You need to draw a pentagram over the transmute button before you click it. That's my secret. It actually works. Trust me, I have like
salt over your left shoulder.
How many goats do you sacrifice for those mythics in that pentagram?
It depends on how many are available at the farmer's market on any given day that I'm crafting. I usually take the full stock. And as you might imagine, there's a direct correlation between the amount of goats and my success. So
yeah.
Maybe I need to move to a bigger city, or
Wait,
actually a smaller.
Do I have to go to my?
away.
Do I have to go to my inventory?
You need to move to a. Yeah, you got to go to your
it doesn't
inventory.
show here, right? All right.
No, the transmute 40 just goes straight to your inventory.
Gotcha. Yep. Okay, there we go. Crafted 40 items. I got it.
There you go.
And I don't know why it wants to do it again, but inventory, and it's a belt, right? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it should be in the
Served
armor.
by perfection.
Oh, we didn't get any epics.
No epics.
Just rare.
Feels like
the highest one is 87%. So I believe that would be Mikaki Turin's belt, right?
0% burn. That's what you're looking for on that one.
Yeah.
Yep, and there's the hidden pool.
17% random rune exchange.
Yeah, what is that? Let's talk a little bit about that since, we just got it on here.
So this one, it doesn't give the random rune exchange like the other ones. This one makes random rune exchange give you a specific rune. And in this case, this belt will be giving you Rune for the random rune exchange. So you could actually find a balance that targets a particular rune that you want. And then that, when you harvest, you'll get a higher chance to get that specific rune. So I know a lot of us old schoolers were going for L and Eld at the beginning because they were higher prices. But nowadays, it depends on what you want to craft, I believe.
Yep. I think someone asked, can the random rune exchange target be Zod? I believe Blackbeard did say that it could be.
I'm not sure if it is Zod. I'm not sure which runes are part of the random exchange. I don't think that I got Zod.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I think
guess
it goes
not.
from L to Shale.
No, not in this not on this belt right here, but if you do random rune exchange without the specific target, I believe it can be Zod. But this belt, I
Okay.
believe that the random rune exchange targets the first 12 runes.
I see. Okay, on the second balance, we got 0% Harvest Burn again. And more or less the same stats. 82%, another 0% Harvest Burn. It seems like most of the variation is on the chance for the random rune exchange. Another 0% Harvest Burn, okay. At least
11 different chances to or outcomes on that one. So it's where you're going to get the variation. You get 20% on there, and you've got the 0% harvest burn again.
We got two 75%, so keep that in mind, Maiev. We have one with 0% burn and one with 1% burn. All right, and we give away 6, right? So this will be the last one. Another 75%. All right, congratulations to our winners. This is the last of our hidden rune words, at least for now. So I guess next week we'll have something different.
Yep. So I guess that is pretty much it. Anything else that we miss or?
Yeah, any questions from the audience for us before we get going here?
Yep. You got any questions? This is the time to ask.
There are no more secret rune words to give out, Miming Hu. Yet, at least.
Yeah, we've already disclosed all the recipes of the secret rune words in our stream.
So we got lucky first time, being the very first stream. We got given a brand new rune word to release. Whether we'll be able to push Binzi for another one, I don't know. We'll try. But, you know, you can guarantee there'll be some good prizes still to give away, no doubt.
Can we get another server? Yeah, every single week we're going to be doing straw poll to determine which server we play on. So whichever server gets like the most votes, that's the server we're going to be on.
He wants
without votes.
That's not fair.
But come on, we are.
Yeah.
Get all your friends to join in, vote for your server as well.
I think maybe next week we can just take out the winner of the previous week. So next week we can take out North America.
That sounds like a plan.
Yep.
A roll for server.
Well, I mean, it's not fair, but I want to keep us on NA because you know that good team.
We could also do that. Yeah, we could also do that. But we could do the a wheel for the servers.
A wheel instead of a vote. Leave it to chance.
Yeah. To make it fair.
Oh no, North America again for the 4th week in a row.
But if we do a wheel, but then we get like a server that nobody plays on, then it's, you know, that just feels bad for everybody, right? You know, imagine if we do a wheel and we get like Oceania, but then like we don't have anybody from we don't have anybody there.
Just a handicap round then, isn't it?
Handicap. Hey, that would be a fair handicap for everyone, actually, if we played on the most distant server.
We just play on the moon. Everybody plays with like a 3-second delay.
Yeah, once Elon Musk puts his little base on Mars, we'll get a server up there, then everyone will play on Mars.
Anyone will be using Starlink? I think it's already live.
Yeah, I mean, if we have any other questions, if not,
yeah, I think we're done, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it. I think one last thing I do want to try out is I want to actually go ahead and give this game a little try. It should just be fast, maybe just a couple of minutes. Let me see. How do I get it on here? Yep, you guys see it, right? The Crittercraft?
Some sort of Twitch game?
Yeah. I showed it to Maiev a little while ago, but it's just like, I just wanted to see if it works. If you guys are in the chat, please type exclamation mark and play. and you should be entered onto this list.
Oh, nice.
Wow, so many people are joining. I didn't expect there to be so many people in, but
So what is it that we're doing, Panda? Tell us a bit
you'll
more.
see. So basically, you play by typing commands in the chat. If you've ever seen Twitch plays Pokemon, it's kind of similar to that.
Okay.
And it'll be like a battle royale where the last person standing wins. We're not going to be giving anything away for this. This is just a little test, a little experiment. Maybe in the future we could explore that option, but for right now it's just for fun. All right, I'm going to go ahead and
Why
start.
don't we give away one of the rune words?
We could do a giveaway.
We'll have
The
it more.
7th rune word we could
You want to do a giveaway?
Yeah,
Okay, the
seventh
7th
rune
one. All right. Whoever wins this, go ahead and you can type. Ooh, hold on.
What do you type? How do you
What do you
play?
type?
What do we do?
Okay. It's not showing at the very top of my screen, but you can type exclamation mark charge, spin, resize, and turn.
I think I'm.
And you have to put the exclamation mark every time.
Yes, you do.
I'm not even in there. I died right away, so.
Yeah,
there's
sorry
no
about
reason
that.
for
Yeah,
me to
that's
type.
why this is a a test run. I didn't plan for this beforehand, but
Am I even in there?
So what's
no,
the?
I think a lot of people
what's-
are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. So next time I'll make sure if we ever do this again, I'll have all the commands shown on screen. Not really sure why it's not capturing, but looks like
Oh, smash.
oh man, Black Reaper versus Mimi. All right, Black Reaper, I guess that's gonna be our winner.
Woo! Good job, Black Reaper.
Yep, so congratulations. I guess you'll be the winner of our 7th rune
Whatever
word.
that was.
Another 75%.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. And with that, I think it's time for us to head out. So thank you guys again for tuning in. We'll be back again next Sunday, every single Sunday, same time, same channel. So
Thanks for joining us, everyone. It was another good stream, and we're glad to have you supporting us here. And we're
Yep.
gonna
thanks, guys.
keep making it fun for you and keep making each one better and better.
Yep.
Keep coming back.
See you next time.
See you guys all later.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.